seen, the opposite as well, I think.
The Falcons had a way better defense than the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and we saw that the offense won that.
Their offense was very highly ranked, too, and their offense just pooped the bed. So
No, they had their team come out in the first half, and they didn't come out for the second half. That's what happened with the Falcons. And you can't... With Tom Brady at the helm and Belichick calling the plays, you cannot let up until the clock strikes 0. And the Falcons learned that the hardest possible way.
That's not even it. Anyone who's been an athlete knows when you go into halftime, no matter what's going on, there are problems. You're doing things wrong. The Falcons just did not make adjustments based on what they were doing wrong. Even if they could have been up 42-0, and the coaches
time might have run out if they were up 42-0 before the Patriots could get back. But yeah, they just didn't react, especially from my view on offense. They just didn't change what they were doing, even though the Patriots started getting wise to their schemes.
They didn't play conservative. When you build a big lead, you play to hold that lead, especially in the fourth quarter. Because it was 28-3 at halftime.
I don't think you play to hold that lead that early. You've still got a whole half.
In the fourth quarter.
When
you get to the fourth quarter,
after, I would say, like 5 minutes is kind of when you play keep away. If you've got at least a lead of 2 scores. If not, you just play football. And you have to still try and score. Football's a little bit different because it's like one side is on, whereas like with hockey and basketball, you can't really play keep away as much. You have to, you're playing both sides. You have to, if you try and play keep away in hockey with like a full period left and like a 2-goal lead, you're gonna give it up. Football, you can kind of run out the clock a little bit more, so it's more strategic, and there are better ways to play that keep away type of game.
Like not throwing it on 3rd and 2 when you have the best running team in the NFL.
Agreed.
that's what.
As someone that had Devontae Freeman in fantasy, I was very irritated with that too, because I was just like, use this guy, use him. Look at how well he's done for you all season long.
You could have given the ball to Coleman, and they probably would have got the free.
Tevin Coleman was the better runner in the game.
I mean, they had
They're
a 1-2
both
punch
insanely talented.
that you could have easily kicked a sweep outside and gotten the 3 yards you needed to end the game.
Devontae Freeman is like the craziest mix of a running back I've ever seen. He is like Fred Jackson,
he can do
better.
It all.
He is so powerful. He can run you over.
How did we get to a Super Bowl recap?
He can run you over.
Because we love football.
We'll get to it.
And we're ready for football.
He can run you over or outrun you and is in the top 5 in both categories in the NFL. So it's just absolutely crazy. Tony's right. Let's get away from football. Now let's go over to the NBA Finals, unless there's anything more to say about the NHL.
No, I think... we can do further analysis later on once we're a little bit more bored without hockey and basketball.
Oh, well, we have things that are coming up. We have the drafts.
Yeah. I'm sure there's weeks where we're going to need to be going deep into the rabbit holes. I think everyone watched the finals and kind of saw what happened. The Penguins were probably the better team. They went home with the cup at the end of the day, and what's done is done.
They deserved it.
It was an entertaining finals. My only other point would be I wish some of the games were closer because it would have made it more enjoyable to watch as a fan. But that being said, it still had the intensity. I didn't care for how Game 6 went down.
Yeah, I wish it would have gone to 7. But
I think that it was kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I think we were all expecting something like that. One more thing that I just completely remembered. Did you guys see the Penguins fans eating that raw catfish?
No.
That was disgusting. You saw that, right, Dan?
Gross. I heard about it. I forgot about it.
The Penguins fans brought a catfish to the Predators to the game. Excuse me.
I still don't get the catfish thing, but.
And they ate it without cooking it.
That's gross.
They ate it.
I like sushi, But that just sounds disgusting.
It's like Bear Grylls stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're bottom feeders.
Yeah, they're exactly.
Yeah.
They are bottom feeders.
They're
and,
like,
how was it prepared? Did they at least have some like wasabi and soy sauce? I don't think
I
so.
think they were just biting into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they used forks or knives or anything. I think they were just like.
I think they thought they might have been actual penguins, and that the catfish was similar to like mackerel, and they were just following their instincts.
That's probably it. Yeah. Before I get completely disgusted, because I am afraid of fish, we're going to move on to the NBA. The NBA Finals. Wow.
Yeah,
absolutely. Wow.
I was wrong. I eat crow. I was completely off. LeBron still played great, but he needed way more help, and that Warriors team is just too insanely talented. And Kevin Durant obviously played out of his mind as well. He had that extra clutch stop and pop 3 in Game 4 to just put them up 3 and take the lead away from the Cavs, who had it for like most of the game. It seemed like.
I just want to ask one question: Cavaliers, Warriors in the finals next year. Cavaliers add one player that changes the series.
No way.
Who is it?
One player that changes
the one
the
player
series.
they can unlimited money. Doesn't matter. Everyone's a free agent. You get one player.
Cavaliers.
Yeah, Cavaliers get
All right.
one player.
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, you think Carmelo Anthony changes?
No, that's
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
Kawhi
I was gonna say Kawhi
Leonard.
or possibly
Kawhi, or they take Durant.
Yeah,
That's your options.
I would say possibly Giannis too, because he would just eat up Steph. Steph's not going to be able to just shoot over him all day when Giannis has his 7-foot wingspan just up blocking those.
See,
He doesn't have to worry about switching to anyone down low because LeBron's down there, just not having to worry about Steph and can concentrate on Durant.
I don't even think Giannis would be enough for them. They need someone who, even Pau Gasol, someone that can play defense.
Paul Gasol's not going to do it.
Someone who's big, physical, and can.
He will not get. He wouldn't make them beat the.
And he's not. Okay. He's not that physical. He's more offensive than defensive. But you mean Marc Gasol, maybe?
Marc Gasol.
Yeah, Marc Gasol could certainly be a difference maker.
What about one of the Lopez twins?
I'd say Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis would be.
He does everything. He can shoot as a center. If you want to get rid of, it's difficult. The talent that's on Golden State is so powerful.
They need a true center. That's what killed them. Tristan Thompson is not a true center. If
I don't think that mattered as much as just not being able to keep up with the wing play and the.
There was too much talent on the court.
Kind of like 3-and-D guys.
When you watch the transition, that's one thing I took away from this series. There was so much talent, and it's evident when the transition plays were happening, to the point that Cleveland was stretching out, fearing a kick out to Steph or to Clay,
and just opening up the lane.
Let Durant run in for a dunk.
Opening the
That's
lane.
why I'm saying if you bring in one of the Lopez twins,
they're too slow. They're not going to stop anything.
But they're going to stay down.
They're not going to get there in time. They're
going to
be
stay
on
the low post.
They're going to be
not
for transition defense. They're never going to get back there.
Court.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But what we're saying is transition.
The Warriors have like the best breakaway offense because they all just fly down the court. You need speed, and you're not going to get that with just a transition at center. Thompson is good enough to match up with Golden State centers. He's not going to win all the time, but that's not what you need. You need to stop Clay, Curry, and Durant. You have LeBron on Durant. You need someone on Curry. Maybe Kyrie. He was okay. Then you need someone for Clay. And you didn't have anyone to stop Clay.
Honestly, for what I think I would do is I would rather LeBron just stay on one. Just pick one.
Yeah,
stay
I would
defensively.
Want him to stay on Durant. That's who he would match up the best with.
It didn't seem like it
because he had to keep switching.
Right.
Yeah, well,
he's trying to cover 4 positions.
That's
what you need on. That's why I think Giannis would be a perfectly adequate player because he can play 1 through 4 and maybe 1 through 5. He's 6'5",
He's huge. I don't know how tall he is, but he's tall.
He's tall. He could potentially match up against the center.
I would rather have him on Draymond Green than I would on Steph or Clay.
I think he would just eat up the other two, and they're the ones that you need to worry about just murdering you from three. Draymond and Thompson can battle it out down low. Draymond's not going to win every battle down there, and help defense is a lot easier coming from the post.
So what about Kevin Love? Where does he fit in that? Because if it were me, if I could have anything, I would keep LeBron on one of the three. Doesn't matter which. Probably Durant, because Durant's the best shooter. I would have Kevin Love on Klay Thompson, because I feel like he matches up better against Klay, because Steph Curry's just too fast on his shot. Durant's too long. Klay Thompson is
Love's
good.
Not quick enough. Love's not quick enough for them. I don't know if he's quick enough for Klay. If I had Giannis, I would throw Giannis into the mix of covering one of those three. Let Love and Pachulia freaking battle it out, and let Love stay in the post and rebound, because he's a great rebounder. He's not the best defensively, but he can play help defense. So put him on the big man down there that's not Draymond.
And then Kawhi. Kawhi is hands-on the best defender.
Yeah, Kawhi would also. Someone said it first, so that's why I didn't say Kawhi, because he would obviously be amazing. He would.
You're getting
anybody.
The best of both worlds.
You saw the Spurs with Kawhi, and you saw the Spurs without Kawhi, and I think that series against the Warriors would not have been nearly the same had Kawhi stayed in.
I think you put Kawhi on the Cavaliers, it at least goes to 7 if Cavs don't win.
Yeah, but they also need
more.
They need a deeper bench. Their bench was just, you could see when LeBron would go out for 2 minutes, and the Cavs would go minus 12.
12-point difference from when LeBron...
In 2 minutes.
And it wasn't even 2 minutes. It was 1 minute 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Talking about Game 4.
Yeah.
Game 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah,
and that
crazy.
Every time LeBron was off, they would just... And the Warriors could rest Durant at the same time, and the Warriors would go up by leaps and bounds because their bench just could not handle it.
That's where the argument for Carmelo on the Cavaliers holds some credence. Because if you take LeBron off the floor and have Carmelo on when LeBron's not there, Carmelo can handle it.
Yeah,
you've seen
absolutely.
that he can definitely do it, and they're not playing defense anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
Melo can actually play defense when it matters. You've seen Melo in the playoffs; he plays defense in the playoffs.
Problem is he can't play defense. Physically, he breaks down. I
disagree.
He is too old to go 82
that's
games
hard to
playing
say.
offense and defense.
So hard to say if he can and can't do that. I don't see any motivation in Carmelo at all to want to do any of it now.
Why would
how do we really know what we have left of Melo?
I don't think that he has the ability.
I don't think he would be doing that for 82 games, though. He would be playing offense for most of the season, but then playoff Melo plays defense, and he plays decent defense. He's not a lockdown defender, but he can hold his own against pretty much anyone because he knows how they're going to try and score because he's a great scorer.
If I'm pitching this to Carmelo, I'm saying, Melo, we're going to pay you, and we want you to be our 6th man of the year. We're going to keep you on the bench. You're going to switch on and off with J.R. Smith, and
he might be able to buy that. Him and J.R. From all accounts got along. Him and LeBron are friends. I think he wants a ring. Easy way to make that trade is just Knicks absorb his cash, get a pick from the Cavs, or maybe
Kevin Love.
I don't know if they want to give up Kevin Love because they finally.
Kevin Love is the one player that they haven't told you got a spot on the roster next year.
Yeah, I mean they might.
But Kevin Love also just came off his best playoff performance.
Exactly.
That's he was averaging.
They're kind of finally meshing. It kind of takes a couple of years. If they didn't have to pay out of pocket for Melo, then that doesn't really hurt their cap, and I think that could easily make a huge difference because then that spreads the Warriors' defense thin.
The other
Iguodala can't cover LeBron and Melo at the same time.
I think
neither can Durant. And
right.
When they're both covered, then you've got Kyrie. It kind of evens it up a little bit.
I think the problem with all of this is that the Warriors, they help play defense. Draymond Green is a great defender,